Hello people, this is Sonali, the Melodramatic Bookworm. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to the Melodramatic Bookworm family. Okay, let's begin with talking about the year 2020, as if I have not spoken about that year enough. But it was a weird year, it was a shitty year. It was a horrible year and I'm glad it's over. Although it does not feel like the year is over, you know what I mean? I still feel like we're in 2020 and that's that panic rises. But in such a weird year, I did read a few weird books. I mean, there's no other word for it. And the word weird is going to be used so many times in this video that you will probably get sick of hearing it. But I'm sorry because there's no other word to use for it. Even this is getting repetitive. But I really want to share with you a few books. There are not many, there are only 5 books on this list. But these are the weirdest I've ever read. And to see that these books came in 2020, I'm like, should have known it. But I won't keep you for long. Let's just get on with this video and let me share with you the weirdest books that I read in the weirdest year, that was 2020. First on this list is Piranesi by Susanna Clarke, and this is, oh my god, what even is this book? It starts off by saying that this was on the 15th day of the 9th month of the year that the albatross flew in, or something like that, and this whole book is like that. This takes some effort to read, okay? It's not like some heavy classic that you are really scared to read or something of that sort. You just have to read the weirdness out before it comes to that point, and before it will take hold of your brain and it will squeeze it and then tell you, okay bhaiya, behind all of this weirdness, this strangeness, no, this was the message, and humanity as a whole does not want to take that message. So the character Piranesi lives in a house which has an upper level, it has a, I think, ground level or base level, whatever you call it, and then a lower level where there's oceans and all that, and then there's a flooding that happens every few days, and there are different things that happens, and he has noted all of them down in his notebooks. He thinks that he has always been in this place, but things come to light in around halfway through or just after halfway through, and when you piece it all together, it will blow your mind. I loved reading this book. I mean, it gave me a trip. Obviously, I was very confused as to what was happening, but once I understood that message, I was like, yes, you are right, humans are not prone to being more adventurous now, and even if they are adventurous, they are bound to go and destroy every world that they will find, and that they're not open to the fact that there are other worlds open to them right where they are in the moment. So basically what I'm saying is some books can be really weird, but they can also be spellbinding, and you will not want to give the book up. You don't want to put it down, you just want to keep going, you want to know what's happened. And Piranesi is one such book. I'd highly recommend this book. I will talk more about this in my December wrap-up, which will come up later this week. Second on this list is Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. And what is this book even? See, I'll tell you what, sometimes all you want is some connectivity, that message. Like for Piranesi, there was a message that the author was sending out. But with Haruki Murakami, sometimes there is absolutely no lesson at all. He's just had going off on one proper train of thought, and he's just writing fiction, man, without any particular goal in mind. And I've always maintained that Haruki Murakami is the only author from who I will take just about anything. And that is exactly what happened with Kafka on the Shore as well. I read Killing Commendator last year and loved it. And this also I fell in love with. I gave this, I think, a 4.5 out of 5 stars. And it was so trippy right from the very beginning. There's this guy who can talk to cats, and they're raining leeches in places, and he is transporting somewhere else. He doesn't know what he's doing. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I'll also tell you that even though there's not a huge message, like it's not very blatant to the eye, there's these tiny messages that you will find in Haruki Murakami's books, which will tell you like, oh yeah, you're right. But Yes, even otherwise, this is a weird book, and I think that's the case with every Murakami book. And I will gladly read all of his works. See, I might not notice the nuances of what this guy is trying to say, but I really enjoy his works. I'll be like, that's another Murakami-esque work. That's another Murakami-esque action. It's totally understandable. Come on, go ahead. Tell me more. What is the character going to do after jumping off that bridge and then falling on a boat and then rowing away on land? That's never happened in one of his books or either of his books that I've read so far, but it could happen. Next up is She Will Rescue You by Chris Clement Green. I was not a huge fan of this book per se because it was so fast. It didn't give the time for any of the characters to develop or any of the plot points to develop. But this is the story of a woman who wins the lottery on a stolen ticket. What she does is she establishes this whole empire kind of thing where she is going to teach every one of those people who indulges in animal cruelty a lesson, and she has this whole team which does the work for her. And then there's this inspector or someone of that sort who is on her trail, and when these two meet, there's this exchange of ideas, and what exactly happens between those two forms the entire story. And though I like the concept of teaching people who indulge in animal cruelty a lesson, I felt like it was probably taking it a little bit too far. See, I'll tell you this, I am dead scared of animals. I have a mortal fear of animals, and it's like in me, I can't do anything about it. But that does not mean I want to see an animal tortured that way. I hate animal cruelty. How can you do something to an animal that has done nothing to you ever? The poor innocent animal. And to see that that character was doing something about it, even though it was a bit too much, it was a criminal activity on its own. And that got me thinking that maybe the laws should be made more stringent. Maybe the lawmakers can read this book and say that, oh shit, people will start doing these things, so we should enact more laws, more stringent laws. Did I make sense? I'm not really sure. But for sure, this was a weird book to read, because especially because of the jump cuts, the weird decisions that the main character is taking. There's a whole lot that's going on, and I'm like, okay. See, this next book I really liked despite how weird, how strange it is. This book is The Earthlings by Sayaka Murata, and this is the story of a girl who has seen abuse from a very young age, sexual abuse from a very young age, and she does not want to get married, I think. And you know, society, they force her to get married, and she looks for a partner who does not want kids either. Like, there's an overpopulation going on, like this, the world is a childbearing factory, it forces you to do all of this stuff. And so she marries an asexual person, I think. And then there's this pressure on them ki when are you giving us grandkids and all of that. She wanted them to shut up after they got married. That's why she got married in the first place, so that they would keep quiet. But no, they are like, when are you giving us kids? Have kids. It's the right age to have kids. Now you have kids. She's like, अरे मेरे को नहीं करना है, मेरे को नहीं चाहिए बच्चे. And this whole story, it culminates in a, oh my god, those last few pages are so dang weird in a way that I cannot really explain. Like, I was like, what the dude, I know you're trying to get away from society, but you cannot go and eat each other. That's the only thing that I am ever going to say, because of the level. Like, they've been driven to that level ki I want to run away from society and I want to do whatever it takes there to stay alive, far from society. But either way, it's very strange, and it talks about so many important topics: sexual abuse, rape, child abuse, asexuality, and childbearing, overpopulation. There's so much going on in this book that oh my god, it's It was really good despite the weirdness. Okay, so this next book you will be surprised to see here probably, because it's a Matt Haig book, and you know how much I love Matt Haig, and I actually loved this book as well, even though I was a little about it. Like, it took me a while to get into the book. The first few were not like the Matt Haig that I know, but it did get better. At one point I was like, yes, this is him. Okay, I realize I haven't told you the name of the book, but the book is The Humans. And this is the story of a man who is suddenly found running around naked. And that too near his university where he works. He's a huge professor, like a very intelligent professor, but all he thinks of is work. His relationship with his wife and his son are not that great. But when he finds himself like this, he finds everything weird. Like, food, no, he doesn't want it. His wife, he doesn't seem to recognize properly. And his son, he thinks of as a stranger in a way that you would treat a stranger if you'd never met them. And there's a lot of these things going on, and he's trying to figure out what has happened to him. But that's not what he's trying to figure out, because this person who has been running around naked, he is everything. He knows everything. But he just has to do what he has to do. Oh my god, I'm not even able to say that properly, okay? And there's this whole thing where he and his family and the world is trying to figure out who this new Andrew Martin is, why he is behaving like this. And oh my god, the first half, at least the first half of the book, I'm like, dude, that is not like... And there's a lot of mathematics also in here, and the way that Matt Haig has pulled it all together and made it make sense is simply mind-blowing. You will find this plenty weird, because you will not understand why are these people behaving like this. Why is it necessary for this point to be in the plot? There will be a lot of questions, but stick with it, and towards the end you will see, you will understand why Matt Haig is one of my favorite authors, because I think this was his first book, and he began like that. He began by making me think that, where is this guy going with it? I was not a huge fan of the beginning, but as I went through, as I reached the end, I was like, I know. And even though I would not very highly recommend this or something, I would always recommend Reasons to Stay Alive and The Midnight Library. If you've exhausted reading all of Matt Haig's other books, then this is one that you should definitely pick up. But either way, this isn't something I would not recommend either, because this is that weird that you'll get that kick out of it. So, The Humans. This is the last book on this list, thankfully. Oh no, but wait. Hold on, I said 5 books, but there is one book that is weird and the worst. And that is the absolute worst, and I'm not going to give it extra footage by talking more about it. You just have to know that it is there. It figures on the worst books list. So those were the weirdest books that I read in 2020. Which of these have you read? Which ones did you like? Which ones did you not like? Which books did you find weird? Which was the weirdest book you've read in 2020? Which is the weirdest book you read of all time? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.